Darkhawk #1 was published a few days ago with this impressive cover, representing an all-new Darkhawk. The book opens with a basketball game taking place between two local teams. Connor Young plays for the Banshees and scores just seconds before the end of the match, giving his team the win. Later on in the locker room, Connor suddenly did not feel well, but was interrupted by his friend Derek, who told him that he was sweating, but Connor did not take it seriously. On their way back home, they found the police officers surrounding the area. They were informed that there was a robbery by 3 masked men with future weapons, like pulse guns and Iron Man stuff. They then met Sean Trella, whom Connor saw playing when he was in junior high. The next morning, Connor's father tells him that he looks tired, but Connor says that he got a headache because he forgot to eat after the game. His father said that they should call the doctor, but Connor said that there was no need for that. He then went out for a run when he suddenly encountered the same condition he had in the locker room. He lost his consciousness, fell down and started bleeding. Later on in the hospital, Connor woke up to find his head and eye covered in bandage. Later that day, Derek visited Connor at his home, where Connor said that he was informed that he had multiple sclerosis and burst into tears, because that means it was the end of his basketball career. His father explained that the disease is technically a disruption of the central nervous system and that it's like a lightning that no one knows where it's going to strike. Connor then joined his father, his friend, and his coach. He said that he would never get the scholarship and the NBA would never take him. He felt like his body was locked up when he was running, which means that he would never play basketball ever again. Days later, Connor went to watch his team playing, but the people noticed that he was sitting on the bench and that he wasn't playing as usual, and started saying that he was overhyped and that he could play through that eye, not knowing what really happened to him. Connor left the game and went to the dock to spend some time alone. He started recording, telling his father that he feels like he has spent his whole life preparing for something, and it's so much more than just basketball, but it's all gone, and he must accept that. Suddenly, something glowing landed from the sky and crashed into the nearby buildings, causing a great explosion. Connor went to check and found a worker stuck under the debris. He wanted to help when he suddenly felt the lightning in his head and fell down. The mysterious thing landed next to him, and just before losing his consciousness, he found out that it was an amulet. He managed to grab it and was suddenly transformed into Darkhawk. He then used his powers to save the worker's life. The man who saw everything told Connor that he transformed, and that was when Connor was alerted of a nearby explosion. The man then said that Connor looks like Darkhawk, but Connor left to check the explosion. It was the 3 masked men with their future weapons who were about to rob the place, but Connor intervened and confronted them. They tossed bombs at him, where he managed to evade them, but was eventually hit and fell. The men thought that he was over, but Connor quickly regained his senses and cut their weapons in half, forcing them to run away. He then went back home and met his father, who was worried about him. Connor told his father that he had to leave the game and clear his head, but something happened, and all of a sudden they look it in the eye, and they say, "What is next?" Nearby, it was revealed that Sean Trella was the boss of the 3 masked men who tried to rob the place. One of them said that it was Darkhawk, and that his uncle was saved by him once, but this one is new. Sean berated the men for what they did and said that they blew a hole in the building and left the weapons behind. He then told the one who said that Darkhawk saved his uncle that he must bring the Darkhawk armor or he will be screwed up. Darkhawk, dead or alive. The book ends with Derek removing his mask, revealing that he is a member of the gang, telling Sean that he is going to take down Darkhawk. Darkhawk has always been one of my favorite characters, and this new run looks promising. Let me know what you think about this book, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.